Over the last 2 days, chief ministers from southern Indian states of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu have emphasized the need to increase the population. Their demand is not just about demographics, but also form a political viewpoint. In Andhra Pradesh, Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu has expressed concerns about the aging population in his state. He shared his fears that Indian states would face troubles from an aging population just like in Japan, China and several other parts of Europe. Comparing India's national population growth with that of Andhra Pradesh, he said that India's average population growth has declined from 6.2% in the 1950s to 2.1% in 2021, while in Andhra Pradesh the number has come down to 1.6%. Naidu emphasized that his state is already in population deficit and linked the rapid decline in numbers of the trends to couples having less than 2 children. He suggested that having more than 2 children will ensure a stable population. The Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister is not alone in making these remarks. From neighbouring Tamil Nadu, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin also voiced similar concerns. Stalin was more explicit. He feared that his state would lose political relevance and representation in the parliament.
When our parliamentary constituencies and representation are bound to reduce, why should we control our population growth? The situation is such that we should also have many kids.
Stalin was referring to the exercise of delimitation. Delimitation is the process of redrawing and adjusting the constituencies as per the latest census. Now, this is an effort undertaken by the Indian government, and delimitation is done to ensure 2 things: equal representation of all segments of the population and reflecting demographic changes, and to make the size of constituencies as uniform as possible in terms of the population they represent. Now, as per estimates, this would mean that southern Indian states of relatively lesser population would be underrepresented in the parliament. In contrast, the highly populated states in the northern parts of the country would end up with more representation. The next delimitation exercise will be carried out in the year 2026, that's about 2 years from now, and according to estimates, the parliamentary seats in India could go from the present 543 to 753, a rise of 210 seats. However, all indications are that a massive proportion of these 210 seats would be added to the northern states, and the southern states would see an insignificant change. And to tell us more about the ground situation, our special correspondent Siddharth MP has a report.
Chief Ministers M.K. Stalin and Chandrababu Naidu have expressed concern about the falling population in southern Indian states. In fact, they have asked people here to have more children. This stems from multiple reasons. One, the states in southern India have been far more efficient and effective at controlling the population when compared to states in northern India. So they believe that in the coming years, coming decades in fact, southern India would be faced with a aging population and less of a workforce, which is why they want people to have more kids. The second concern is that when the delimitation exercise is carried out, the northern Indian states, which are better represented in parliament already, will have further more seats. They would in fact add 10, 20 or even 30 or 40 seats, particularly states like Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh and so on. Whereas the southern Indian states, which have been effective in controlling their population, all 5 southern states, will in fact only see a single-digit hike in the number of seats in parliament and therefore their representation in parliament. So this is one of the major apprehensions that leaders in southern India have, that because of controlling their population, these states will be underrepresented in parliament in the coming years. From Chennai, Siddharth MP, WION World is One.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.